Welcome back to episode 1 of Abiotic Factor Story Mode, a series focused on the story of Abiotic Factor and creating a narrative around it. If this is your first time here, there will be a link in the description to the full playlist. I highly recommend watching from the beginning to get the full story. Previously, our subject made their way through staff induction, with the ever-growing sense that something wasn't quite right, which was confirmed when they were dropped off at level 1, the office sector, instead of level 7, the residence sector. Now, let's continue the story. After exiting the elevator into what I assumed was the cafeteria, I wandered around for a bit, a little confused. After all, I was completely new to this facility and was just dropped off on a random floor. After searching a moment, I spotted a man, a Dr. Thule, who appeared to also be stuck down here. He mentioned coming down from level 8 to grab a coffee when all this went down. He said something about fools on level 3 overreacting again. He pointed a ways away to a man named Dr. Jager, who seemed to be trapped outside of the cafeteria. Dr. Thule seemed to think that he might know what happened, but then also said to take my time in letting him in. It seems like Dr. Thule has something against him. There was a room between this part of the cafeteria and the part that Dr. Jager was trapped out of, and the door between was locked. So after wandering around a bit, I went to a nearby storage room, where I noticed a few vents, and after navigating through them, I came across what seemed to be a control room of some kind. Inside, I noticed what I assumed was a specimen. A little scared, but realizing I had to get by, I slowly crouched down and walked up to it. Remembering my ECP training, I stomped on it a few times, killing it. On my way out of the room, I noticed another, much larger creature that seemed to have been electrocuted on the control panels. As I left the control room, I got a notification on my gate pal, letting me know that the creature I had just killed was a carbuncle. Farther along, I came across another creature that reminded me of the bag that I had stomped on in induction. I swiftly crafted a net out of the materials I had gathered along the way, and netted the creature. It struggled momentarily until I stomped on it, turning it into a pile of bioscrap. As I moved on, I got another gate pal notification letting me know that that was a pest. Something told me, by that name, I'd see a lot of them. After a few minutes of wandering through the vents, halls, and what seemed to be a fairly large storage room, I ended up in a vent over the kitchen, which was connected to the room that Dr. Jager was trapped out of. Dropping down, I immediately spotted a pest and swiftly netted it, stomping on it quickly so it couldn't struggle free. Nearby there was a stove, with meat still sizzling on it, and beside the stove, I saw them. A chef, who was most assuredly dead. The work of pests more likely than not. After a moment to gather my thoughts, I decided to push on in hopes Dr. Jager wouldn't meet a similar end. Finally, reaching the door Dr. Jager was trapped behind, he was understandably disappointed at the fact that I was new. A pest had damaged the power system to the door, making it unable to be opened. Dr. Jager requested that I go find someone to fix it, mentioning last time it took hours for anyone to fix it. I took a moment to examine the damage and recognized at least the basics of how it was supposed to work. Since there wasn't anyone around to help, well, anyone willing, I decided to attempt to fix it myself. Heading to the nearby security station, I found there was a break room attached with a couple of broken computers. I figured I could salvage them for parts to repair the door. Realizing I wouldn't be able to do much without at least a basic crafting bench, I scrapped together some of the resources I had collected to craft one. After placing it down and swiftly unpacking it with a screwdriver, I plugged it in with a power socket. First thing I crafted was an energy brick, and started heading to fix the door. But there was a sudden flash of light in the break room, and something appeared out from nowhere. Figuring I'd check it out later, I went to the door, noticing a couple more similar flashes as I left the security station. As I approached the door, I noticed Dr. Jager had gotten increasingly frantic, begging to be let in. Realizing something must be wrong, I rushed to fix the door, sticking the energy brick where the pest had damaged the door control module. As soon as I fixed the door, there was another flash of light behind Dr. Jager, and the monster I saw that had died in the control room jumped out of seemingly nowhere, attacking Dr. Jager, causing him and the monster to crash through the door. Dr. Jager's head hit the floor, hard, with a resounding crack. Not having enough time to worry about him, I grabbed the desk leg I had picked up from the break room and began swinging at the monster desperately. After an intense fight, it finally went limp and fell to the ground. As soon as I saw it was dead, I went over to check Dr. Jager, but saw it was too late. He was gone. Knowing I needed to move on quickly since more monsters may appear, I quickly headed back to the security station and break room, deciding to make them my base of operations. Dumping stuff into the cupboards, I headed back to where Dr. Jager and the monster lay dead. At that moment, the gate bell dinged, letting me know that the creature was a peccary. Heading past to where Dr. Jager was trying to escape from, I entered the plaza. It was then that the facility AI mentioned something about enhanced security protocols, telling everyone to find security personnel and follow evacuation procedures. Conveniently, I immediately came across a security kiosk with a man named Warren in it. He suggested I do as the facility AI suggested and evacuate, saying that the elevators were dead and to head to the main tunnel in manufacturing on level 2, pointing me towards where I could find some maps. After grabbing a map, I explored the plaza a bit, finding a case with what seemed to be a robot. My gate pal lit up and I saw an entry about the bot. Apparently, they're called GAS, Gate Automated Security Sentience, and are used to patrol low security sectors and stock vending machines. Seems like a stupid thing to use such an advanced robot for, but whatever. Heading back to my home base, dismantling some tables on the way for some resources, I crafted a cushioned chest plate and a plastic shield, in hopes that if I were to get jumped like Dr. Jager, I'd at least have a little bit more of a chance than him. I went back to exploring the plaza and found one of the security robots. It was in its charging bay. After that, I found this place had a tram. Unfortunately, it didn't work. After that, I came across server room 1. Entering, the first thing I noticed was that it was freezing cold, which makes sense. Not even 2 seconds after entering, though, I got jumped by 2 pests. Terrified, I fought for my life. Thankfully, I was able to take care of them, the armor and shield I crafted coming in handy. I found a few resources in the server room, quickly filling up all my pockets could hold. I decided to head back to my base and crafted up some storage crates so I could empty my pockets. Heading out to the plaza once more, I went up a ramp to level 2 and immediately came across a security guard named Alice, who was grievously injured. So out of it, she couldn't even form proper sentences. Unable to do anything for her, I moved on, and discovered a massive office space with a bunch of cubicles. After grabbing a few random resources, I went back to my base and crafted another storage crate. As I was sorting out my resources, the facility AI mentioned that the security sector I was in would power down momentarily. I remember hearing something about the power in this facility turning off each night, but I had completely forgotten about it. And soon, as the AI mentioned, the sector powered down, leaving me utterly in the dark. Thankfully though, I had a flashlight. Immediately after the power went out, I heard a voice. "Do you got a snack?" Terrified at the sudden voice, I went to look through the security station windows, where after a few moments I saw a man crawling on all fours. He continued to ramble on about food as I watched him, unsure if he was even human. Deciding to keep my distance from the man, for now anyways, I took a nap on the break room couch till the power turned back on. As I was falling asleep, the facility AI came on, mentioning something about the all vacant perforations resetting. Having no clue what it was talking about, I drifted off to sleep. Thank you once again for watching my video. If you enjoyed, please consider liking the video and subscribing, and don't forget to share the video with someone who you think will also enjoy it. Playlist of the whole story will be on screen now. Episodes come out once a week, so until then, goodbye.